Why was this released in January? What up guys, welcome back to Mike's Movie Room, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Primate. And like always, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you like content like this and want to see more, don't forget to follow me on TikTok where I post some videos that I don't post on YouTube. But let's get into it. So, quick little synopsis of the movie. Lucy takes her friends to a trip to Hawaii where her dad and little sister live. Her mom just recently passed away from cancer, if I'm not mistaken. Her dad is deaf, so they use sign language to talk to him. And they also use sign language to talk to Ben, who is a chimpanzee that they have as a pet. Ben starts off as like a loving little part of the family, and then he unfortunately gets rabies and starts going on a violent kill streak. So I was excited to check this movie out because I thought the actual story could be a good idea. I was just scared at how they were going to execute it. Number one, this movie is coming out in January. If you don't know, most studios release movies early in the year in like January and shit if they think it's not going to be that big of a hit or people aren't going to like it that much. Don't know why, spoiler alert, they chose to do it in January because this movie ended up being fucking awesome. With all the red flags that I had with this movie, I had a great time. My girlfriend hates horror movies. She was scared to go see it because she saw the trailer. And she had a great time. She thought the film was like better than I did. I'm probably gonna slaughter these names, but this movie is starring Johnny Sequoia as Lucy, Jessica Alexander as Hannah, Troy Kotzer as Adam, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, I'm like slaughtering these people's names, Victoria Wyant, I'm pretty sure, as Kate, Gia Hunter as Aaron, and Benjamin Chang as Nick. So the first red flag I had with this movie is the director, Johannes Roberts. I pray I'm saying his name right, but no disrespect against him, but all the other movies he made, I didn't really care for. He's made the first two 47 Meters Down movies, which I did not care for at all. He did Welcome to Raccoon City a few years ago, and then he did VHS 99. So I was like, okay, this guy's made no movies that I've liked, so I don't really know how well I'm going to like this. But pleasantly surprised, first movie of the year, this was fucking awesome, man. I had like a great time. I wasn't checking my phone, I wasn't bored. This was a actually really good movie, a really good creature feature, I guess is what you would call it. So my video of my top 20 most anticipated movies of 2026. So Primate wasn't even like top 10 on that. I was still excited to check it out, but I didn't really think it was gonna be anything big. But now, honestly, I would have put that way higher on the list, top 10 at least. All right, guys, so getting right into it, let's start off with the pros. The chimpanzee looks awesome. There's like one or two times where it looks kind of weird, but what did they do? Practical effects. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember if it's a guy in a suit with an animatronic chimpanzee head, which looks fucking scary at times when he's like drooling and has blood and shit. It looks really good, man. But yeah, it's either an animatronic head on a guy in a bodysuit or it's like a complete puppet with an animatronic head that people are kind of like controlling behind the scenes. But it looked good. I will always say this, practical effects will always be better than CGI, no matter how good it gets. Godzilla Minus One looks fantastic. The CGI is incredible. Even the Matt Reeves Planet of the Apes trilogy, even though he didn't do the first movie, those look fucking fantastic. But I don't know if it's just how our brain works. We can always tell when something is physically there with another person. So when there's just practical effects done extremely well, like how they did in this movie, it adds another level of threat, in my opinion. It makes it more scary because you're actually seeing it and you can tell that it's not just like a CGI monster chimpanzee thrown in after the fact. These people are actually dealing with something that they're actually seeing, an actual puppet or guy in a suit, and dude, they pulled it off well. There is a lot of suspenseful scenes in this movie that I was not expecting. Yeah, and this movie doesn't drag, man. It's got like a great runtime because honestly, like it just flows really well. You kind of meet the kids who are coming out to Lucy's house. She lives on this huge cliff in Hawaii. Obviously her dad, mom, who passed away, super rich, man. They have this incredible pool looking out over the ocean in Hawaii. They're planning to kind of just like get drunk and hang out and party at the house while the dad leaves for, I'm pretty sure, just the weekend because he's going to sign autographs for like a book he wrote or some shit like that. And then the plan after that is to hang out together as a family, the older daughter and the younger daughter. So the only people that are in the house is Lucy, her friends, and then their younger daughter, and then Ben. Before the dad actually leaves for the weekend, he sees that Ben is acting a little strange and he's got like a bite on his arm. And it turns out he was bitten by a mongoose. So before the dad leaves, he puts the mongoose in a bag and sends it out to the vet to just be checked just in case. So he pretty much tells Lucy to keep Ben in his enclosure until this all gets cleared up because they just want to be safe. And that's about it that I'm going to really describe because I don't really like giving away spoilers. I feel like I gave away too much, but I'm not going to explain you know, what else happens? I definitely recommend you guys go check out this movie. But the more this movie kept going on, I was like, okay, I see what's going on. And then the first kill happens. Number 1, practical effects. Number 2, carnage candy. I heard this movie had some pretty decent gore in it, but this movie is actually pretty fucking intense, man. The kills are gnarly. I heard some people say that some of them are good and then some of them are kind of just whatever, but every single one of these kills in this movie is just absolutely brutal, man. Once this movie starts going, it does not end, okay? Like, I'm like trying to think of negative things to say about this movie. I'm like so surprised I actually enjoyed this movie this much. Like, I'm excited for it to come out on physical media and show my friends who haven't gone to the theaters and see it. Everybody in the theater was having the same reactions. Everybody was like laughing, having a great time, because there are some comedic elements that are put into this movie. And this is a movie that does it right. There's some scary movies, Halloween 2018, where it completely takes you out of the movie when somebody says like a comedic thing. Like, I know it's not a scary scene, but the whole peanut butter on my penis thing, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is when they shouldn't let Danny McBride, who I love Righteous Gemstones, shouldn't write so much of this movie because there's just too much comedy. Like when the kid who's being babysat and the babysitter gets killed, and he's just, oh shit, and like everybody laughs in the theater, but it takes a suspenseful moment and turns it into a ha ha ha. I don't know how to explain it, but it does it perfectly. So there'll be an extremely intense scene going on, something kind of comedic will happen, and people in the theater would like chuckle, maybe laugh out loud a little bit, but get right back into being startled like right after that and scared for these people. So it never takes you out of it. This movie will, I mean, maybe it's just me, but dude, this movie will keep you on the edge of your seat. Maybe it's because it has like a true element behind it. Like I know there's that whole Travis the chimpanzee thing that happened years ago where he attacked the owner's friend or something like that, and I'm pretty sure he like ripped her face off. She was on Oprah. This happens so much. Like the chimpanzees are like happy, good little chimpanzee monkey things, and then once they fully mature, they tend to become violent. Like most of the owners have to like give these things Xanax, end up can't taking them out of their little enclosures. It sucks for the chimpanzees because they should be out like running around in trees and doing their old chimpanzee shit. But this movie serves as like a warning, like a red flag, like stop doing this shit. So I think that's what makes it more scary, because shit like this has actually happened, and you know what this chimpanzee can do if he grabs a hold of you. All right, guys, so moving on to the cons, and there's only like really a few that I have, okay? And I'm gonna try not to get into spoiler territory, but some of these characters make some stupid ass decisions that, I don't know, I wouldn't be doing that shit. So I'm gonna explain this. I hope it's really not too much of spoilers, but there's one scene where they're trying to get to a phone and they can't reach it, or the screen's not working, and they're trying to like figure stuff out on how to like fucking call somebody. All you have to do, they have an iPhone. All you have to do is do the Hey Siri bullshit, and you could have it call whoever it wanted. I know that would kind of shorten the length of the movie, but just that shit kind of was like, oh, okay, I mean, you guys should have been done called the police a while ago, but whatever. There's another scene where there's specific characters that like come into this situation that I'm definitely not going to spoil, but realistically, walking into this situation, I probably would not have acted how they were. I get that they were like drunk and shit, but like, I don't know, man. I would catch on to some fucking red flags and shit way before they did. And then there's really only like 2 more things that I can think of, okay? So number 1, this chimpanzee, if you guys already know this, these things are like 2-3 times stronger than the average man. Probably even stronger. I don't really know. I'm not really up to date on my chimpanzee shit, but throughout the movie, this thing is like ripping shit apart, like throwing things, blah, 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 blah. There's one scene in particular, not trying to get in spoiler territory, but they're like running, they close the door and they're holding it, and the monkey's trying to open it, and there's like a girl on the other side, you know, not no bodybuilder or nothing, just like a teenage girl holding the handle of the door so the chimpanzee can't get it open. Meanwhile, all before this fucking thing was like jumping through shit, fucking lifting things up that are way heavier than, you know, a little teenage girl holding a fucking door closed on you. Like, so that was like a little unrealistic, but I let it slide because the movie was super enjoyable and you kind of have to suspend your belief on some things. But that was kind of like, yo, with everything he's been doing, showing how destructive he is and shit, he could have gotten in that door. And then honestly, the last negative I really have, which is like nitpicking to be completely honest, there's like 1 or 2 characters that get in contact with the chimpanzee and they're kind of like getting fucked up by him to where you should be dead. You should be dead, you should be dead, you should be dead, but you're alive. Or you should at least be more fucked up than you actually are. I mean, it's not Scream, shit, which one is it? Was it Scream 6 or Scream 5? I think it was Scream 6 where Dude, this guy was like stabbed like, I don't know, 16 times, I'm pretty sure, and you think he's dead, and then at the end you see he's like alive, and then there's another person stabbed in the gut that's like running around and shit. Like, I can't remember if that was Scream 5 or Scream 6. It's not to that level of this is ridiculous, this is bullshit, you are dead, but it is close to there, but still, it was still an enjoyable movie, and, you know, the little bit of negatives do not take from how much I enjoyed this movie. So yeah, guys, honestly, pleasantly surprised. 2026 started off with a banger. I'm actually really surprised the first movie I saw this year was this good. I actually really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for it to come out on physical media so I can definitely own this, because this movie was fucking awesome, and I'm sure I'll like it even more the second time I watch it. I mean, this movie's not gonna get like Oscars or awards or anything for like acting and shit, but for what this movie is, like a decent runtime, little horror movie creature feature, with great practical effects, great gore, and some great suspenseful moments. If that's what you're looking for, you will have a great time with this movie, I'm telling you. Go check it out. You won't regret it. I enjoyed it. If you love horror movies, you'll enjoy it. I hope this movie gets the traction that it deserves, and I hope studios, movie makers see how much people actually enjoyed this with practical effects and start doing that more, because it would be so cool to see a resurgence in practical effects in horror movies, man. That would just be so awesome. So yeah, honestly, guys, I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. This movie was so fun. It was a great time. Me and my girlfriend really enjoyed it. I started recommending it to people right after I saw it. Who knows, maybe I see it again and it will go up higher on my list, or maybe it'll drop down a star, who knows. But as for now, Primate was a great way to start the year off. Like I said, if you guys love horror movies, definitely check it out. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought about Primate, or your expectations if you haven't seen the movie yet. And drop a comment below if you guys want to see me do a spoiler review, because there's a lot to talk about this movie, and there's some cool carnage candy kills that I would love to discuss with you guys. So just drop a comment and let me know. Until next time, guys, Mike's Movie Room, I'm out of here. Peace.